Hello, I'm Samantha Birds with the library, and today I'll be showing you how to make our June craft, which is a little miniature book. And I have two varieties that I want to show you today. First, we have an easier version that looks like this, and it's made from a rubber band. And then I have this version, which is going to be for the older kids, and it's got this crease in the middle, and we make the pages, we bind them using string embroidery floss. First, I'll show you the easier version. So for this version, the first thing that you're going to want to do is pick out what color paper you want for your cover. Okay, I think I like this yellow version. Next, you'll want to cut it out into the shape that you want to make. How big, let me start over. Then you're going to want to cut out your paper into the shape of the book that you want. You can make it as big as this one, this example that we have, or you can make it smaller, bigger, whatever you prefer. So I like this size. And then you're going to want to trace this little guy onto your printer paper. And you want to trace that for as many pages that you would like for your book. And then you'll want to cut it out. Next, you're going to want to gather all of your pages together and fold them in the middle. You can also, to help you fold down that crease, use a pair of scissors to really smooth it out. And you'll want to fit it inside of your book and see if it fits the way you want it to. So the pages are sticking out a little bit, and that's fine if that's what you like, but I think I'm going to trim them down. Alright, now that fits better. Okay, and next you want to take a rubber band. We have these small ones here at the library for you to use, and find that middle page. Okay, and you'll just want to bind that in the middle. Pretty easy. And then to cover up this rubber band and to hold it in place, we're going to use washi tape, which is also in your supplies needed if you're making this easier version. Ooh, this one's pretty. And there we go. There's this little book, which is very easy to make, and it doesn't require any glue or anything like that. The next one I'm going to show you is that more difficult one to make, which is going to be for older kids, and it's going to have this spine, and it's going to require you to delicately tie this embroidery floss. So for this book, we're going to start out a little bit different. You want to pick out your cardstock or construction paper that you want to use, and you want to again cut out a book shape that you'd like. Next, you'll want to fold your book somewhat in half, but leave a little bit of extra space there, about as big as you're going to want your spine to be. So just that little bit like that is good for me. And I'll smooth it down using my scissors again. Alright, it'll look like that, and then you want to do that on the other side as well. And then it should look something like this. Next, you'll want to get those pages in there. And to do that, we're going to follow about the same steps that we did for the little book. We're going to trace them onto our paper and then cut them out to our desired shape. And then I'm going to want to fold them in the crease again. And if you have a lot of pages, like I do here, then instead of doing one big group folded in half, I might do 2 or 3 smaller groups folded in half. So I just fit them in my book, and I see that they're sticking out quite a lot, so I'm going to trim those until they fit right in the book the way I want it to. Alright, I like the way that looks, so I'm going to take my embroidery floss and pick a color. So now I have my 3 little pages ready to be put in my book. And what I'm going to want to do is start one at a time, put them in the book, find that middle portion, and then tie. So you're done with that, you can trim off the excess. Then you'll want to repeat the steps for your other pages that go into your cover. Alright, now I'm going to move these little knots into the back of my spine. Alright, should look a little bit like this. Next, you'll want to pick out your construction paper for your spine of your book, and then you're just going to want to cut out the shape that you would like, just a small rectangle that would fit your spine. You want to lay this spine piece flat, put the spine of the little book on top, and trace where you're going to want to fold that spine. You want to make sure that that spine fits the way you want it to, and then you can go ahead and put glue all on that inside and fit it on. Now this will take about 10 minutes to dry, so I like to hold it within the first few minutes while it's drying, and then when I know it's good, I'm just going to let it go and dry on its own. Now that it's done drying, it should look a little bit like this. And then here's the other one that we made before. I hope that you found this tutorial helpful, and I hope you have fun creating your own little book. And that's all. Thank you.